Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Asagao Academy. I took like a couple of hours of breaks, and yesterday I also got a break. Actually, 3 days of not uploading videos, I think. But anyways, I'm going to start playing Asagao Academy again because I seriously can't wait till something happens. Okay, last time did we say what the dialogue Mai said? I can't remember. But anyways, I see. It seems like you found your calling. I'm sure I have. Above me, Mai yawned. Hopefully you could hear that. Hold on a second. I need to turn the voice volume up. Okay. Just like last time, what I just said, I forgot if I said it last time, but my mom fixed the sound. Wait. I just saw in the background, is that a picture of Jirard? Half naked? It looks like Jirard. Finally, I got up and turned out our light. Night, Hana. Good night, Mai. As the chill weather of early spring faded and warmth stretched across Asagao, I inched to go outside. With Sash's book in hand, I took to the streets. Since many people realized how rare this moment was, most of the usual benches and grassy spots were taken. I kept walking until I came to the soccer field. There was a practice game being held, and PBG and his friend Jeff were running across the field. Being a skirmish, the bleachers were almost completely empty. Students scattered the shiny metal seats, but there was more than enough room for me. In one swift motion, practiced many steps over my life, I sat down, spun my backpack into the space next to me, and pulled out my book. I was nearly done with it, and I wanted to see if I could finish it today. It was due a few days ago, so I was under pressure. At a pause in my reading, I looked up to watch PBG on the field. A shock of color at the base of the bleachers caught my eye. It looked like some kind of metal candy wrapper, and a pang of annoyance struck me. There was trash nearby? There was a trash can nearby. Why litter? But as I jumped down the streets of the bleachers and nearly slipped off one, yeah, that's basically me down every time I climbed down the stairs when I try to go to 5th period. It became clear that I wasn't trash. The colors changed as the angle of the light did. It was an iridescent purple figurine, itty-bitty, and a kitty. Was it Jirard's? He was the only person I knew who collected them. I held it up to the nearest student who shook his head. I was free for a while. Jirard was really into the IBK scene, so if it wasn't his, you'd probably know who it belonged to. One problem, I had no idea where his room was. Conveniently, at that moment, PBG ran off the field to get a drink. I approached him, holding the kitty in front of myself like a talisman. I also need to get a drink. Because my throat's dry. Anyways. Hey PBG, do you know Jirard's room number? I think he dropped this. I held the kitty up again, and it glimmered in the sun, much like PBG just now, with all this physical activity. Oh, Jirard was just here. It has to be his. I asked him to bring me my goalie gloves. I wasn't ready to take McJones' place today. His room is right across from mine. Oh, great. Thank you so much.
Hey.
Hurry it up, PBG. PBG groaned. It wasn't much of a break.
See ya.
Gotta go. Good luck. He took a huge gulp from his water bottle, then poured the rest on his head and jumped back into the game. His teammates patted him on the back as he rejoined them. I placed the IBK into my uniform's Lilliputian pocket and headed to Bluebell. As I entered Bluebell House, a passing boy frowned at me. Okay, was I even allowed to be here by myself? Yeah, this makes sense. More makes sense than what I was trying to read. I shook my head. There was no time to be afraid. Today, I had a mission. Just as PPG said, there was a door right across from his. I knocked and fished the IBK from my pocket. Shane answered the door, not at all pleased to see me. Hi, Shane, how are you? He was Jirard's roommate? Oh, why was he Jirard's roommate? I tried to laugh to defuse the situation, but I was weak. I felt like I was only making things worse. I didn't know what went on in Shane's mind. He looked at the IBK in my hands. Jirard should be back in a few minutes. Okay, I'll just wait in the common room. When he gets back, can you tell him to try and find me? I could read downstairs, even if it took Jirard an hour to get back. I could keep myself occupied. Shane sighed and leaned against the door frame. I could tell him, but it would be much easier if you waited in here. He put his hand out, gesturing me inside. Alright, thanks. Oh, look at the cute little itty bitty kitties. Oh, they're so cute. Okay. I entered the room and stood smack in the middle of it. Shane plopped down into a chair in front of what must have been his desk. I can't freaking read. I sat down in what I assumed to be Jirard's chair on the opposite side. Shane swiveled around and tried to click something on his laptop. Speaking of laptop, I'm clicking on my laptop right now. Seeing as much as he wasn't much for small talk, I turned to observing the room. The room was well decorated, one could say. There were a lot of itty-bitty kitties, each arranged neatly within its brethren of similar design. Every empty space not filled with school-related objects was covered by the pads of a cute little cat, or at least the sealed box of one. Even parts of Shane's shelves had IBK on them. I had to admit it was kind of endearing. Something about the dedication required was so sweet. Do you collect itty-bitty kitties too? Not really. They're Jirard's. I don't mind. I see. It's kind of niche. Nick. I can't. How do you say that? I don't know. I'm surprised you're onto him. Oh, no, I don't collect them. I just found this one on the side of the field. PVG said Jirard was there earlier, so I came to find out whether it was his. My hastiness to disown the figure did not go unnoticed by Shane, who made a face at me. If it's not Jirard's, he'll probably know who it is, right? It's probably Jirard's. I smoothed my thumb over the plastic kitty absent-mindedly. Shane returned to whatever he was doing online, and I conversed with the figure in my hand. Who's your pretty kitty? Who's your pretty kitty? You are. Aw, that's so cute. Jirard came back after 2 minutes later.
Hey, Shane.
Hey, Shane. And Hana? He held 2 coffees in his hands. Suddenly he turned pink. And what are you two doing here? Alone together? Oh my god. It's a two-side coin. Either it doesn't mean anything dirty, or it does mean something dirty. We're not doing anything. Hana was just looking for you. Really? How can I help, Hana? He gave a copy to Shane and offered the other one to me. Here, take mine. Here, take mine. I would have gotten you one too if I knew you were here. That's really nice of you, but no thanks. I just came to see if this was yours. For what felt like the 10th time in the last half hour, despite the itty-bitty kitty.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes! Jirard almost dropped his coffee as he leaped forward. I lost this today. Where'd you find it? It was near the field. PPG told me you were there earlier, so I wanted to give it back to you. I handed the figure to Jirard, who looked about ready to kiss it.
You're the best.
Thank you, Hana. Thank you. You didn't have to do this, but you did, and I don't know what I would have done without you. It wasn't any trouble at all. It looked pretty rare.
They're special.
It's not as rare as you would think, but it's very special to me. I'm so glad you were the one to find it. I shouldn't have been so careless. Don't beat yourself up about it. Alright, need a burp. And again, okay. What matters now is that you have it back. Maybe zip up your pockets next time.
I promise.
You'll bet I take a load of precautions to make sure this never happens again. He placed it delicately on the shelf with other kitties that had the same iridescent properties. Jirard looked back at me while I viewed his hard-earned assemblage. Oh, duh, Jirard, you dummy! How rude of me to not at least introduce you to my collection. Sorry. In this room I have 247 itty-bitty kitties of every shape and size. This is the new set, the Catastrophes. They're a band. They're really popular right now. I traded my rare extras for these the other day. The one you brought back to me is from a set of 4 that are called the Opalescents. Currently, they're the only shinies. They were so pretty, my gaze fixated on them. I'm just missing the last Opalescent. It's a purple one. Princess Pumpernickel. I've tried everywhere, but no one has them in stock. But there's only 3 copies in the world, so it's not really surprising. And it's more surprising that I managed to get these ones. I have one of the most complete collections in the world. People think that the Kitties Company gives me the newest figures, but I earn all my IBKs. I can tell this took a lot of hard work. I'm amazed at how much effort you put into this. He sighed heavily and sat down on his bed.
Completed.
Thanks, Hana. I just wish I could get that last figure. I could finish my collection and the kitties would all have their friends together in one place. I wish I could help. Don't worry about that, Hana. This is my battle to fight. I nodded, then glanced at my watch.
See you later.
Oh, I should go. I really want to finish my book today, but if you ever need help, I'm here. I stood up, then waved to the both of them.
Bye.
Bye, Hana. Thanks again.
Bye.
See ya. Thankfully, I managed to finish my book. It took more time than I expected, though, and by the time I got back to my room, it was dark outside. When I opened the door to my room, the lights were off. I flicked them on, and the huddled form of Mai hugged a stuffed purple bear appeared on her bed.
Hello.
I'm back. Mai glanced at me, then buried her face again in her bear. Was she sulking? It was unlike her to be so unenergetic. Are you okay? That doesn't sound very okay. Mai glanced at me again, her face a light shade of pink, like she was holding her breath. You know you can tell me anything. You've helped me a lot, so it's the least I can do in return, right? Besides, we're friends. Mai sighed and threw the bear on the floor, where it lay as if screaming in agony. It's not fair, she sighed again. I know it's terrible to think like this, but even though I'm really happy for you getting to be friends with those guys, it's not fair. Those guys? Who? The Normal Boots Club? It's just that I've been a fan of them for so long, and I've loved Jirard forever, and then here you come out of the blue with your pink hair and just like that, you're friends. She snapped her fingers in front of her face. But here, I've been trying this whole time, and Jirard didn't even know my name. I know I'm being stupid. This part of the song is just it reminds me of the first moment in Pokemon Black and White too. I'm sorry, but it's just so much nostalgia. Okay. Also, I can actually relate with of being like new and everything. Like basically I can relate to all these characters. I know I'm being stupid and I feel bad, but still, my. Choices. I'm gonna go for the middle one, it's understandable. I didn't know what else to say. Yeah, well, she scratched her head, avoiding my eyes. Thanks for understanding, I guess. I'll try my best to get over it. Okay, let me know if I can do anything, I guess. I will. Thanks, Hana. No, Thanks for telling me. Mai leaned off her bed and picked up the bear, patting its head. She chuckled. We smiled at each other even though it was awkward. It seemed like everything was fine. Mai really was a good friend. Despite our slight confrontation last night, mine was as peppy as usual the next day. It seemed like there was no reason for me to worry, but that didn't mean I didn't. The bell rang and class started. Miss Shizuka wrote origami flowers on the board in an ornate script, then turned to glance at the class. The flower festival was only a few days away. It's time again to start folding flowers to sell for the school. We do this every year, guys. I don't want to hear any groans. You're free to write me an essay on the importance of these funds for the school if you'd rather not participate. A few students rolled their eyes, but I smiled. It sounded like fun, and I hadn't folded origamis in years. I'm handing out practice sheets because I know how bad you guys are at origami. I'm only going to teach you once, so pay attention. Shizuka returned to the front of the class, picking an ornate green paper. As she instructed the class, I realized that these were the most basic version of origami flowers. I was already familiar with them. I folded my practice paper with ease while Shizuka roamed the room trying to help people who are struggling to follow along. These creases are weak. Kindergartners could do better than this. Hell, my ex could do better than this. Oh, Shizuka. Sadness passed across Miss Shizuka's face. She turned to the boy next door and slammed her hand on his desk. You need to be better. Be better for everyone's sake. It seemed like quite a few students were having trouble. I went to the front of the class to get some new paper, passing Freck. I avoided text once again. His paper caught my eye. You folded this the wrong way. Your flowers is going to be narrow if you keep going. I'll be honest with you, Anna. I have no idea what I'm doing. Help me! He kind of looks like he was about to cry. I knelt by his desk, unfolding and refolding his paper. This looks perfect. You're so good at origami. Did you have to make flowers at your old school, too? No, I used to do origami a lot when I was younger. I guess muscle memory just kicked in. Thanks, though. Really? What an odd skill to have. Is it? Please. John clasped a hand around my wrist. Stay with me. Help me. Guys, don't take this the wrong way. She's just in drama class, okay? Sure, if you need it. I knew I could count on you. Thank you, Hana. You're a goddess. I spent the entire class... I spent the entire rest of the class period slowly doling out lessons to John and PPG. I offered to help Shane, but he turned away from me, instead watching over John's shoulder. Such a kudere/tsundere. I kept my movements large and exaggerated so he could see too. It was nice to feel useful. When class was over, I headed back to the dorms with Mai. We had a long night ahead of us filled with homework and possible reward of chocolate ice cream should we finish on time. But before I got far, someone called my name. Hana! Hey, Jeff. Space hamster. Jeff, is everything okay? Hey, the Normal Boots Club has a meeting today, and PPG forgot to take his soccer uniform with him. He held up a blue and gold uniform. He won't have much time to change before practice if he doesn't have this, and I have to run down to the field. Can you take it for me? Of course we can. My voice cracked. I grabbed the uniform from Jeff. Awesome, thanks. He dashed towards the field. Mai turned to me, victory running through her face. Yay! Finally! A chance to see Jirard in his element. Come on, Hana. We've got to hurry. We approached to the Normal Boots Club room, hearts thumping nervously. At least I assume Mai was, judging by the way she was fidgeting like a hummingbird on acid it was. We stepped up to the door. We were about to knock when I heard my name on someone's lips. Hana. I froze and turned to Mai. Her face was lit, and she pressed a finger to her lips. She leaned in closer to the door, and I followed her suit. Dude, I think it's fine. What do you think she's going to do? You need to calm down. But so, Pink, no one has hair like that. People can't choose their hair color. People can't choose their hair color, Shane. That's a really poor reason to judge someone. Oh no. I know, but I don't trust people with pink hair, Yandere's. You know, there's more to it than just the color. Don't deny it. Weird things always happen around people with pink hair. That's a freaking reference to You Know Gasai from Mirai Nikki, or in the English translation, Future Diary. Sure, but they're not dangerous. Aren't they? My heart sank. I stepped away from the door, unwilling to hear more. Hana. I held up my hand and shook my head, just when I thought I was beginning to win Shane over. Was this how he truly felt about me? I'm heading back. But I stepped past her, walking as quickly as I could back to the dorms. Luckily, I didn't pass anyone on my way back. I didn't think I could manage small talk without bursting into tears after what happened. I kicked off my shoes and went to set my backpack down by my desk, passing the mirror. I paused as I did so, turning to the mirror, evaluating myself on a whole new level. So much grief. My hair caused me so much grief over the course of my life. Now, for some reason, Shane thought I was suspicious. I smoothed my hair with my hands, the shortness of it catching me by surprise. It was softer when it was long. Why does that remind me of when I got my hair cut? With a sigh, I turned away and collapsed onto my bed, hugging Mr. Bunny to my chest. Should I dye my hair, Mr. Bunny? I raised him up, staring into his glassy eyes. Yeah, you're right. I rolled onto my side, squeezing Mr. Bunny to my chest. Hold on a second, I need to get a drink. Sorry, I was really thirsty. Such said himself, you don't choose your natural hair color. Well, at least your hair color isn't light neon pink. Otherwise, that would be bleeding to the eyes. I do actually like your hair color. It's a nice shady pink. Anyways, Mr. Bunny was small against me, and I smiled at him. At least he still liked me. Shaking my head, I went to my desk. I had better things to do than mope. You're still studying, Hana? I took my headphones out of my ears and turned to Mai. Our plans for that evening was postponed, and I silently thanked her for not pushing me to keep to them. I wasn't in the mood anymore. Yeah, it's only been a few hours. You haven't moved since I left the room last. She claimed her bed and dangled her hands off the side. At least take a break, okay? I have been meaning to return the book I checked out. It was overdue, and I had to do it at some point. I was going to do it today, but after what happened, it was the last thing I wanted. That didn't make it any less overdue, though. Go do that then. Meet me at dinner afterward. If you're going to spend the rest of your life studying, at least be nutritionalized. I stretched, bending backwards to apologize to my back for the hours of arching over my desk. That's basically me arching over my desk. Okay. I would have a hunchback by the end of my school career, I was for sure. You're right, I'll go. I'll see you at dinner. It was pretty late when I got to the library. No one came at this time unless there was a term paper due. Since it was still relatively early in the year, the room was barren. Sach was working the desk as I expected, but he was joined by PBG and Paul. As soon as I saw them, I turned around and trying to walk right back out, but... Hey, Hana. Unfortunately, my hair also made me stick out like a stored thumb. I reluctantly joined them at the counter. What's up? Not much. I'm taking a study break to return the book I checked out. I took the book out of my bag and handed it to Satch. That book. I can't help but noticing you're reading The Princess Betrothed. It's good. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, I never would have read it without Satch's suggestion, so I have to thank him. He nodded and put the book on the to-be-sorted shelf. No problem. I don't work in the library for nothing. I have another suggestion for you if you need one. No thanks. I want to get back to my dorms. Oh, come on. It's almost dinner. Let him check out this great book for you. Then we can all go to the cafeteria together. Well, alright. That was the last thing I wanted to do, but it was pretty bad at showing people that I didn't really want to talk. Follow me to the fiction center. Section. Okay, guys. I have to end it off here. And so, yeah. I'll have to see you guys next video. To see us next video, let's try first with you, and, bye-bye.